This is the Roulette Master, and I am really excited today because one of my subscribers, Randall, who won the Roulette Master Bracket Challenge, has submitted a new system, and this is called the 3-step line sweeper roulette system. And I can't wait to see if it's as incredible as Randall says it is. And today I think it'd be only fitting to put his system up in a head-to-head matchup with the original system that he sent in that beat all other systems in the Roulette Master Bracket Challenge. So we're going to do that today. Each is going to get 15 minutes of playtime, and let's see which one makes the most money in 15 minutes. So we'll start with the original first, the one that he sent in that won the bracket challenge, and then we'll get to this new system of the day. Should be awesome, and let's get started. So Randall's original system is $10 on second 12, $10 on second column for a $20 total bet. All right, let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. That's a 26 black. And that's a nice $10 win to start. So we're up $10, and we're just going to rebet that and spin again. We have jackpot numbers across the middle, including the 14, the 17, the 20, and that's a 22 black there, and also the 23. That's another nice win there. We're up $20. We're just going to rebet and spin until we have a loss, and then I'll show you what to do next with this incredible roulette system. That's a 5 red. And let's see, that is another nice $10 win. So we're already up $30. We're just going to rebet and spin. And here we go. Huge jackpot potential with this one. We just crossed over a couple of those numbers right there, the 17 and the 20. So we're going to go up a unit when we lose. So we're going to go from $10 to $20. And let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 18 red. That's another nice $20 win. We're up $30, and we're going to go ahead and just keep the bet the same and spin again. All right, here we go. That's a 27 red, and that's a loss, so we're going to increase by a unit. We're going to go from 20 to 30 and spin, and here we go. Okay, that's a 2 black. That should be a win. Okay, that's a nice $30 win. We're up 20, but not in session profit, so we're just going to keep the bet the same and spin again. And we have huge jackpot potential out there and down the center there, and that's a 22 black. Another nice $30 win. We're up 50 bucks. So let's go ahead and reset back to 10 and 10 where we started and spin. And let's see if we can get a jackpot. Here we go. That's a 33 black. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll increase by a unit. We'll go from $10 to $20 on each, which is now a $40 total bet. Okay, that's a 4 black. Another loss, so we'll go up a unit. Now we're going to have 30 each, 60 total. And temporarily, we're down $10, but that's just temporarily. Let's get a win here. You only have to hit one of the two to win, and we just did that. That's a nice $30 win. We're up 20 bucks. We're going to leave the bet the same and spin again here with $30 on each, second column and second 12. And that's a 12 red. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll increase. Again, we only have to hit one of the two to win. Let's see what we get here. This is 40 each, 80 total now. And that's a good win, 13 black. We'll take that $40 win. We're going to rebet and spin, keep the bet the same, because we're not in session profit, and let's see what we get here. Ooh, we almost got the 17 and the 20, but that's a 32 red. We'll take a nice $40 win, though. We're up 40. We're just going to rebet and spin. See if we can get another nice win here so we can reset. And we did it. That's a 22 black. So that's a nice $40 win. Now we're up $80, and we're going to go back to where we started at 10 and 10 because we're in session profit. So let's see what we get here, which is the highest amount of profit since we've started. That's another nice win there. Again, you only have to hit one of the two, and now we're up to $90. And let's spin. And this system didn't always get ahead in the Roulette Master Bracket Challenge, but it seemed to always get ahead at the end, at the end of the systems. And that's a nice jackpot. That's a 23 red. You can see we hit on the second 12 and the second column. Now all of a sudden we're up $130. So let's go ahead and we're still at base level at 10 and 10. And let's see if we can get some more jackpots. That's an 11 black. That's a nice win. Now we're up $140. And here we go. The nice thing about this is since we're only going up one unit when we lose, the jackpot potential can really bring you back without having to get a bunch of wins in a row. Let's increase after that loss. Now we're up $120, and we're at 20 and 20, $40 total. Here we go. That's a 25 red. That's another loss, so we're going to go ahead and increase. And we're up 80 now, and now we have $30 on each, 60 total. And here we go. That's a 14 red. That's a win. And not only is that a win, that's a jackpot. That's a $120 win. So now we have new session profit at $200. So you can see how those jackpot wins can just reset you right away without having to get multiple wins. And I think that's really cool. So here we go. That's a 16 red, another nice win. Okay, now we're up $210. And let's go ahead and spend. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 2 black. Another nice win. Now we're up $220. And we're just cruising right along right now. Let's see if this continues. We're up, we're almost between 5 and 6 minutes right now. But again, each one of these systems is going to get 15 minutes of playtime in this competition. And now we're going to 20 and 20. We're up $200. That's a $40 total bet. Here we go with Randall's original system that won the bracket challenge, and that's a 28 black. That's a loss, so we'll increase. Now we're going to go to 30 each. We're up 160 now, $60 total bet. And let's see what we get here. That's a 19 red. That's definitely a win. We'll take it, and we're up 190. We're just going to rebet and spin and keep those bets the same and see if we can get another nice win here. Ooh, I thought I was going to hit the 2. That would have been nice, but a 0 is not good, so we'll increase again. You can see that set us back a little bit. Now we're up $130 temporarily till we get this next win. Let's get it back up there. And another one. Oh my goodness, that's a double 0. So 0 followed by double 0. Let's go ahead and increase again. You can see temporarily we only have $50 profit, but that's okay. We'll get a win here. That's why we have bankroll, which we'll talk about here pretty soon. That's a 30 red, and that's a loss, so we'll increase again. Now we're going to go to 60 and 60, and we're down for the first time. Let's get a jackpot or a couple wins in a row. Again, we only have to hit one of the 2 for that to happen, and that's a 6 black, and we lost again. So we're going to increase again. Now we're at 70 and 70 minus $170, and this is a $2,000 bankroll system. So we have plenty of money there. We just need to turn this thing around again and hopefully get a jackpot as well. Let's go ahead and increase. Now we're at 80 and 80, and we're at minus 310, but we still have tons of bankroll. We just need to be patient until we get a good win. And there it is right there. That's a 20 black. That's a $320 win. But you see we're not in session profit, so we're going to leave the bet the same. And just a win that's in one of the columns or the dozens is going to pay good here at this level. Now we're up 90. We're just going to rebet and spin. Won't take too many to get back in session profit. Here we go. That's a 36 red. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and increase. I would love to see a jackpot. And another one after that 20, of course. And let's see what we get here. That's a 26 black. That's a nice $90 win. We're up 20. We're just going to rebet and spin at $90 each. And just be patient and use our bankroll to our advantage. It came real close to the 20 there, but that is a nice win. And we're up 110. We're just going to rebet and spin at $90 each. And let's see what we get on this one. Ooh, that was real close to the 17 and the 20 there, but we hit 34, and that's a loss, so we're going to go ahead and increase. Now we're at $100 each, and we're at minus 70. So let's get a win here and see where this takes us. That's a 6 black. Okay, another loss. So now we're minus 270. We go up a unit. Now we're at 110 each, and now a jackpot would really pay if we hit one that included the second 12 and the second column. And we'll take a win, though, on the 15 black for sure. That's a nice 110 win. If we got a few, 3 of those in a row, we would be back in decent shape again. So let's do that. That's a good win, 21 red. Another $110 win. Now we're at minus 50. And sometimes you get a jackpot after you get a bunch of partial wins. and then that just jumps you way ahead again. But let's see what we get here. That's a loss, $220 loss. So let's increase again. And temporarily we're at minus 270, 240 total bet. And we're just going to be patient. This happened a lot in the Roulette Master Bracket Challenge, but it always ended up coming back at the end. But right now, that was another bad loss. Let's increase again. We're at minus 510 out of a $2,000 bankroll. So we have $1,500 left in the bankroll. And that's a 25 red there. That's another total loss. So now we're minus 770 out of a $2,000 bankroll, 140 each. And I think we're due for some wins, even if it's just one of the two. Let's get it going. That's a 30 red. And we lost again. My goodness. Okay, we've lost half of our bankroll. We're at 150 each now. We're going to need some jackpots. So let's be patient and try to get one here. That's a 26 black. They finally got a win, and we're going to need some consecutive wins. All we have to do is hit, one of the two. So hopefully we can do that here pretty soon. That's another one right there, 15 black. And because that was a lot of losses for having this many numbers covered with a dozen and a column covered at the same time. That's a 29 black. We'll take that, $150 win. Let's rebet and spend. Be nice to get a bunch of second 12 or second column hits here. Here we go. That's a 33 black, and I believe that is a loss. So that's a $300 loss. We've lost almost half our bankroll. We'll go up a unit. And we're at 320 total bet. Let's make a comeback here like Randall Systems usually do. And that came really close to the 17 and the 20. But we'll take a win on 22 black. Let's just rebet and spin and keep the bet the same. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 25 red. And that's a loss, 320 lost that. So we've lost half our bankroll. We're going to go up another unit. Now we're at 170 each. And the amount of wins will go up as well as these bets increase. And that's a 4 black. That is another loss. $340 loss. We only have $600 left. We got to turn this thing around, and we can't lose too many more. So let's get a win right here, and a jackpot would be nice. At least that's a win on a 2 black. Okay, we're at minus 1220. Let's rebet and spin. And we need some good fortune now. And that's a 33 black, unfortunately. $360 loss. And we cannot, we can go up a unit, but we cannot, this is the last time we can increase. Okay, let's go ahead and spin, and we really need a jackpot. Okay, at least that's a win on 2 black. It stayed out of the 0 there. Okay, so let's just rebet and spin. You never know what might happen. We've had really bad luck. Good luck could happen. But we need it to start right now, and that's a good one, 35 black. Okay, 190 win. Maybe we'll get a jackpot here, who knows. But we're definitely in trouble, and we need some good fortune. That's a 26 black. Okay, there's another 190 win. So we're back to half of our bankroll again. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, that was so close to the 20 and the 17. But we'll take a 190 win. We're at minus 820. Let's rebet and spin. See if we can mount a comeback here. We'll take a 15 win black. 15 black win, that is. And we're at minus 630. All we need is just a jackpot to come right around the corner here. Oh, that was so close to a 17. But we'll take a 190 win there. We're at minus 440. And man, we've been coming really close to those jackpot numbers. Let's see what we get here. That's a 27 red. And that's a loss, 380 loss. So we're going to increase. Okay, now they're at 200 each, 400 total. And let's see if we can get another win right here. There we go. That's a 15 black. We'll take it. $200 win. We're at minus 620. We'll rebet and spin, and man, a jackpot would propel us all the way back into profit, I think. Oh, a 00 won't, though. That's not good. Okay, so we've lost half our bankroll again. We're going to increase by a unit and spin, and here we go. That's a 25 red. And that's another bad loss. In fact, this is the last time we can increase. We got to get a win here, guys. All right. That's a 23 red. That's a good one, guys. That's a jackpot, an $880 win. But we're not in session profits, so we have to leave it the same. But that was huge. That was massive right there. I was getting a little worried. Oh, man, it got close to the 20 there, but that's an 11 black. We'll at least take a 220 win. But, man, we've been coming really close to the 17 and the 20. Let's see what we get here. That's a 10 black. Another total loss, and we're at minus 780 now. We'll increase and spin at 460 total bet here out of a $2,000 bankroll. That's a 26 black. We'll take that win, and we're at minus 550. We just need one massive jackpot win to propel us forward here. And that's a 33 black. Unfortunately, that one we've hit a bunch and has not helped us any. We have half our bankroll, and we're at 240 total bet after we increased. Let's see if we can get a good win here. There we go. That's a win on 24 black. Okay, we're at minus 770. We'll just rebet and spin. See if we can climb out of the cellar here, and then we'll get to that new system of the day from Randall. That's another good win, 35 black. 240 win. We're at minus 530. And usually it's not this tough with this system, but we're going to grind it out and use our bankroll to our advantage here. And there we go. There's our jackpot we've been waiting for. That's a $960 win. Now we're at $430, and we're right at the 15-minute mark. So, boy, that was a wild ride, but it came back, and that was exciting. Now, though, it is time for the new system of the day from Randall, and we're going to jump right into that and see how much money we can make with it in 15 minutes. Here we go. Okay, the time is finally here for Randall's new system, and I can't wait to share this with you. This is called the 3-step line sweeper, and we're going to start with 5 line bets or double streets. Let's go ahead and do that. And actually, I'm sorry, we need to leave out the one that hit last, he said, so let's go ahead and do that as well. So let's pick these ones right here. And okay, let's go ahead and spin. This is a $25 total bet to start, and there's 3 different areas involved with this bet. So that is a loss, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go up a unit when we lose. And you might say, well, that's not going to recover anything, but you'll find out here in a second. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. That's a 17 black. Okay, so we won. So now what we do is, if you win, you keep the bet the same, but you take out the one that you won. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take that out of there. There we go. Now we're at $40 total bet, and let's spin. Okay, here we go. That's a 19 red. And we lost that one, so we go up a unit on everything. So we go from 10 to 15. Okay, and this is all just in step 1 of 3 steps. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing. This is going to be awesome. And that's a 22 black. We lost again, so we're going to go up another unit. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're at 20 each. And you can see we're minus 115. So really poor start, but I think this is going to recover nicely, and can't wait to share with you how the rest of this works. That's a 4 black. Okay, so we won that one. Okay, we're still at minus 75. We're going to go ahead and remove that line bet or double street. Okay, now we're at a $60 total bet, and now we have 3 of those covered, which is 18 numbers. That's a 12 red, and there's a nice win, a $60 win. So now we remove that one, the one that has the 12 in it. Okay, now we just have 12 numbers left. And once you get down to where you only have 12 numbers left, we're going to go ahead and instead of increasing after every loss, we're going to increase after every 2 losses. And this is step 2. Okay, we got a win though. Now we're up 65 bucks. So now we remove that one. Okay, and then now that we're on this one right here, which is 1 line bet or double street, let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. All right, that's a $20 loss. We're not going to increase on every loss with this one. This one's going to be every other loss. So here we go. And we got it. That's a $100 win. And now we're up $145. So now we are going to go to one final street and we go back to base level. So let's go ahead and do that. So that was the 35. Now we're going to go to one street, and there's a progression for this one. And this is the third step. So let's go ahead and spin. And this one's going to have a really, really long progression. And it's up to you if you want to do the third step. You don't have to, but it's definitely part of the system. So we're going to stay right here. And we're going to do this up to 4 times at base level. That's the second one. Okay, let's go ahead and do another one. We're still up $135. Let's go ahead and spin. So this is the third attempt at base level. That's a 5 red. Okay, we lost that one. So we go fourth attempt on this last street here. Okay, that's an 8 black. Okay, now we're going to go, for the next 3 spins, we're going to go at twice that, which is 10. So here we go. All right, we have 3 chances here. That's a 26 black. There's 1 of 3. And we're still up $115. This is number 2 of 3. That's a 12 red. And here comes the third attempt. All right, and let's spin. Okay, after this, okay, we got it actually. Okay, so let me go through the progression on this if we had kept going. So we would have went, after that 3 there, we would have went 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 18, 21, 25, 30, 36, 43, 51, 60, 70, 81, 92, and 105. So that thing keeps going forever. Now let's see what we're up. We're up $215, and we're going to start over with the 3 steps. So let's go ahead and again, you can skip that last piece of the puzzle there if you want to. Okay? If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I know some people don't like to bet on just 3 numbers. But we're up $215. Let's go ahead and spin. We're back to the level 1 here. And here we go. Okay, that's a $5 win there. And we're going to take the one out that won. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're just going to spin again. All right, here we go. We're increasing by 1 unit with losses. And when we win, we pull off. Okay, $10 win. We're up $230. We're going to pull off this one right here. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, we're still at a 5th. Now we're still at base level 5 each. Let's see what we get here. That's an 8 black. We got another win. That's a $15 win. We're up $245. So now we're going to remove that one. And then now we're down to 12 numbers. So we're back to increasing only 1 unit after every 2 losses at this point. So let's go ahead and spin. That's a 6 black. Okay, that's a nice $20 win. We're up $265. So now we're going to go ahead and remove this one right here. Okay, so now all we have left is the 6 numbers. We're still going to be increasing after every 2 losses. So we're at $5 base level. And if you're not at $5 at this point, you reduce it to 5. That's a 13 black. Okay, we lost, so let's go ahead and just rebet and spin. We're currently up $260, and let's see what we get here. All right, that's a 2 black, so now that's 2 losses, so we increase from 5 to 10, and spin. There we go. And let's see what we get here. That's a 14 red. Okay, so we'll just keep the bet the same and spin again. If we lose this one, we'll go up 1 more unit. All right. Okay. All right, so we'll go up 1 more unit to 15 and spin. We'll be here for the next 2 spins. Okay, that's a 31 black. Ooh, that was close, but we didn't get it. So we'll have one more spin here at 15. And here we go. That's a 1 red. And we lost. So we're going to go from 15 to 20. And we have 6 numbers covered at this point. 1 line bet or double street. And that's a 0. We definitely lost that one. Okay, so let's go up to 25 for 2 spins. And here we go. That's a 28 black. And we got it. That's a $125 win. Now we're up $310. And again, you don't have to do this last step if you don't want to. But we're going to go ahead now and we're going to take off. We're going to go to the last street now for $5 and spin. And now we're using that progression that starts out 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 4 5 6 7. So that means we're going to be here at base level for 4 spins. So let's keep track of those. Here's our second one. That's a 29 black. Okay, here comes our third one. And we're down to 3 numbers. But again, you don't have to do this final step if you don't want to. I know it's only 3 numbers. So we have one more attempt because we're still up $295. And let's go ahead and spin again here with just 3 numbers. That's a 9 red. Okay, and we lost that one. So we're going to go from 5 to 10. So when I say 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 4 5 6 7, that's units. 5. So basically 2 of them is $10 bet. So let's go ahead and spin, and we have 3 of those bets at 2 units, and that's a 20 black. So 2 more of those. Let's rebet and spin, and here we go. That's a 36 red. We have 1 more here. Okay, we're still up $270. And that's because you only have one bet out there. It's not taking that much away from our profits. And that's a 3 red. Okay, we lost. So now we're going to go to 3 units for the next 2 spins. So 3 units would be $15 for the next 3 spins. Or actually, on the next 2 spins at 3 units. That's a 5 red. And we'll go through this entire progression again. We have 1 more attempt at 3 units. Then we go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, that's a 21 red. Okay, we lost that one. So now we're going to 4. So 4 units would be 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, so we're going to add a unit. We're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the next ones. So until we get up to 8, we're going to add a unit each time. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we're at 25, and 8 would be $40. So until we get to $40, we're going to go up a unit on each spin, and that's a 25 red. And we got it, $275 win. Now we're up $485. And even though I said you don't have to do the last step if you don't want to, you can see the real benefit of doing the last step if it hits. But it is low coverage. So let's start over and go through this again, and then we'll go through all the progressions. So remember, we're leaving out the line bet that hit last or the double street. So we're going to start right here with these 5 and spin. There we go. This is a 3-step line sweeper. That is a 22 black. That's a nice win, $5 win. We're at $490. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove that and spin. Again, we do this till we get down to 12 numbers. And that's a 31 black. And we go up 1 unit with each loss. We're up $500 now. We're going to take that one out. Okay, but we haven't lost yet on this one, so we're still at base level. And we have 18 numbers covered. And that's a 3 red. I think we hit it. Okay, we did, and now we're at $515. We'll take that one out. Now we're down to 12 numbers. So now we're going to every other spin, we're going to be increasing. So let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 19 red. Okay, we missed it, so we'll repeat that bet of $10 and spin. That's a 21 red. Okay, we lost that one, so we'll increase. And these will go to 10 each, up a unit every 2 spins. So here we go. Let's see if we can get a win here. That's a 19 red. Okay, and we're up $475. You can see it's not really taking much out of our bets because basically we only have 2 bets out there, so it's not really depleting with losses. It's not really depleting our profits. And let's do that one more time before we increase. We're at $445. This is a $30 total bet right now. That's a 32 red. That's another loss, so we're going to go up another unit. So let's go ahead and do that, and now we'll be at 20 each. Okay, $415 profit right now, $40 total bet, 20 on each. Let's see if we can get a win. And that's a 4 black. We just missed it, so let's go ahead and we will spin again here at 40, and then if we miss this, we'll increase again. That's a 35 black, so we'll increase. All right, here we go. It's starting to take our profit down a little bit. We're at 335 now. And let's go ahead and increase and spin. Here we go. That's a 21 red. And we missed that one. We're getting close, but we're not getting it. So let's repeat that bet at 50. If we miss, we'll increase. All right, that's a 12 red. Okay, we finally got that. So now we're up 385, and we're going to take out the one that just hit. Okay, and now we're down to just 6 numbers, and we're going to increase by 1 unit every other time that we miss. So let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 19 red. Real close, but we missed it, so we'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 22 black. Missed it again, so we'll go up a unit. Now we're at $30 total bet. Here we go. That's a 9 red. Missed it again, so we'll repeat that and then increase. And again, you don't have to do it. If you want to just stick with the higher coverage on this, you can. But you can see it really has paid off when we have made it to the end. So let's go to 35 now on 6 numbers. That's a 20 black. And that was, again, close, but no cigar. So we'll go ahead and increase that to 40 and spin. And here we go. That's a 22 black. Okay, and we're up $200 now. Let's go ahead and increase that to 45. And we've just hit the 15-minute mark, so we're going to play this a little longer just to see if we can get through this here. There we go. That's a $225 win. Oh, we can go ahead and just finish it right there. Again, you don't have to do the final 3, but if you want to, remember it goes back. The final 3 goes back to $5, and you go all the way back, and then you select the one if you want to do it right here, and then you just go up after every 2 losses until you hit that final street. It's a little bit risky playing just 3 numbers, but you can see it really added to our profits earlier. So let me know what you think of this one down in the comments. This is the 3-step line sweeper from Randall, who won the bracket challenge and made $425 in 15 minutes. And hope you enjoyed today's session. If you want to send a system in, send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That would be fantastic. And if you're enjoying the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. And that would be fantastic. I sure have fun with this. I hope you guys do as well. Have an awesome day.